Hello folks, and welcome to another Organist Entertains. I thought I'd change the viewpoint of this little introduction. I have come upstairs and a little bit closer to where all the sounds happen from. Now, our next Organist Entertains is brought to you with the usual hymns and songs that we ask you to supply us, and hopefully we have managed to capture the ones which mean something to you, have that little bit of nostalgia, whatever that may be. Hopefully we're moving through the next phase of lockdown and it won't be too long before we're able to come back to church a little bit, even if that's just open for prayer, thinking about what we might be doing when we do return and how that might be a little bit different. But until then, it is our hope that these videos help keep you connected to church, the building, the sounds, the echo, and where you sit, what you listen to, and what you might think. Now, without you giving me your hymn requests, it's pretty pointless these things continuing, but don't worry, that's not going to stop. I just want more people to be involved. Give me your hymn requests. Even if we've had them before, we can do them again, introduce them for somebody else, and maybe even play it differently or with some less mistakes in it. I hope you don't mind the fluffs that are left in the videos. None of us are perfect, and certainly this organist is not perfect. And each Sunday by Sunday, playing the organ, there are little things that creep in which maybe shouldn't creep in. Maybe the wee accidental which is missed out on the music. That just makes live music better than the pre-recorded stuff where it's take after take after take after take. So that's my excuse for a wee mistake or two to be left in. Anyway, enjoy the music, sing along because the hymns will come back again. Not the hymns, the words of the hymns will come back again, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you. I've come back down the stairs. I thought I would play the organ. Our first hymn of this Organist Entertains is a request by Grace. Grace is a newly baptised member of our church, and she particularly likes the hymn, I the Lord of Sea and Sky, or the chorus, Here I Am, Lord. So for you, Grace, we have I the Lord of Sea and Sky. The next request is a beautiful piece of music, The Holy City. Words by F.E. Weatherly and music by Stephen Adams. This has been requested by Alexa Walker, a member of the church choir. Today, I believe, is Alexa's birthday, and I know that this is one of your favourites, Alexa. You've got many, but this is one of them. So for you, here is The Holy City, and The Holy City will give us the full breadth of sounds from the organ, starting with the most quiet, all the way through to the end, and maybe even a bit louder, but it will give you the full breadth of sound and depth of the organ, and we'll get into a little bit about the depth that the organ can provide at the end. Our next two hymns have been requested by the same person. Summer Suns Are Glowing is a hymn which terrifies me. Do you choose it? Do you not choose it? The words are, summer suns are glowing over land and sea. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the sun has to be shining in Bellshill the day that you sing it. The sun is shining somewhere all the time. However, I always think it funny if you've chosen Summer Suns Are Glowing and the heavens open. However, we did have this hymn a couple of years back at one of our joint summer services, and in Bellshill, summer suns were indeed glowing. The tune is called Ruth, and that has been written by Samuel Smith, and the words are by a hymn writer who has written lots of different hymns over the years, William Walsham Howe. I really do like the last verse. We will never doubt you, though you veil your light. Life is dark without you. Death with you is bright. Then, light of light, shine o'er us on our pilgrim way. Still go on before us to the endless day. So this one is for Hugh Ainsley. The next hymn is again requested by Hugh. Hugh requested the tune Ode to Joy. We can sing it to two tunes in the hymn books that we use. Sing to God new songs of worship and God we praise you, God we bless you. Either way, we've either got 3 or 4 verses. The tune is, of course, by Beethoven. And that is from his 9th Symphony. The words that we are using are from the Te Deum, Christopher Idle's God, we praise you. God, we bless you. The penultimate hymn of today's Organist Entertains is a hymn worship song by Graham Kendrick. This is a favourite hymn of Sharon Malone. So much so it was requested to be sung at her wedding. So here for you, Sharon, is your favourite hymn, Shine Jesus Shine, Lord, the light of your love is shining. The final hymn this evening is for Alexa Walker. Alexa has been married to Bobby for many, many, many happy years, and at their wedding they had the hymn, O God of Bethel, by whose hand. Whenever we sing this hymn, which is a paraphrase on a portion of the Bible from Genesis 28, you always can see that smile in Alexa's face, obviously remembering with fondness and affection the day that she got married. So we don't sing it all that often now because psalms and paraphrases don't always head our praise list of a Sunday morning. We sing it to the tune Salzburg by Johann Michael Haydn. Enjoy this, Alexa. It is your birthday after all. Hello, this is the end piece of today's Organist Entertains. Now, I have said for a couple of weeks that this is the Organist Entertains, and there are some hymns and songs that I would normally play on here. For example, or maybe... or... However, I'm going to use the piano to demonstrate to you how the organ provides a warmth and a foundation to people that are singing. Lead Me, Lord is a piece of music by Wesley, very well known for choir singers. And I'm going to play it as it's written on the piano and then explain about what bits of the piano I'm using and how that's going to be different on the organ. Now, the closest together I played there was that little bit there. The furthest apart that I was playing was when I got to this note. And that is the sum total of the keyboard that we used. There to there. It's not very much at all. Playing the piano, you can play different octaves all at the one time, but it might mean that you need 4 hands. Basically, you need to be a bit of an octopus. Then the bit below. When the organ here was refurbished a few years ago, we had to use the piano. And that created challenges for me, shall we say, in giving enough of a lead to the congregation singing. We'll go for an old Welsh tune. That's it more or less played as it would be written in the hymn book. To give a bit more of a lead, it's not just all about playing it a bit louder. It's about giving foundations and giving a bit more brightness to give the lead. Which meant that particular hymn may have been like this. Lots of left hand to give. That's what your feet would do on the organ. Maybe even the last verse. Up the octave. But you're missing this bit out in the middle. So sometimes that can leave it a bit thin-ish. But that's the beauty of playing something like Lead Me Lord. That's as wide as you go. Or Love Divine to that tune we played there, Blinwern. You're confined to a little bit of the keyboard, but when I move to the organ, you'll see I'm still playing the same bit of the keyboard, but through using the octave couplers and the different pitch principles. 8 foot, 4 foot, 2 foot, you can play 3 notes at the one time, and then going the opposite way, 8 foot, 16 foot, pedals, which are an octave lower again, another 3 notes, so you're playing all those notes together at the one time. And that's what gives the organ its innate ability to be the best instrument to lead big, large crowds of singing. It rattles the floorboards, so it's that foundation that helps hold people up. It's these middle notes which helps keep people together, and it's these higher notes which gives a lead and tells people how quickly I've chosen to do things. So let me get back to the organ, and I'll play the same 2 pieces of music, and hopefully through your headphones or your speakers, you'll be able to hear the foundations and the wraparound. I sometimes like to say that the organ was your original surround sound system. It literally it hugs you, it keeps you together. We're back at the organ, and we'll play those 2 same pieces of music, and hopefully you'll be able to hear the warmth, the foundation, and your original surround sound coming from the organ. Starting with Lead Me Lord. On its own, like a piano. Now let's add the foundations which holds things up. 16-foot, played by the feet. Now let's do those bits together. And now let's add a wee bit above it. So we've got 16 foot, 8 foot, plus a 4 foot. By adding some more stops at the same pitch length, it kind of fills it in and makes it a bit more fuller and warmer. I'll play the full thing. Now the hymn, which I played on the piano, Blanwern, it is going to be a bit louder. It's something for a congregation to sing. So here we have the organ set up at basic 8-foot pitch. We're blessed with some rather loud sounds in Bellshill, so for some that might be loud enough. However, we'll put the pedals on, build the foundations. Now let's put the upper work, the first floor on. We can add a bit more brightness to that. By adding stops at a similar pitch or foot length, it makes it warmer and fills in more of the gaps. So on their own, they're not adding that much loudness, dynamic to it, but they are filling it in and making it a bit smoother and rounder. This is your original surround sound equipment, built thousands of years ago, created, thought about, put in place thousands of years ago, and still playing today better than some Dolby, Panasonic, something surround sound systems, built to last and serve the test of time. So thanks for joining with us for another Organist Entertains. I hope you have enjoyed tonight, a little bit of the insight as to what this is compared to the piano up there in the choir box, and that you join with us again next week. Take care and good night.